AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. It's the AI version. Fabian perspective. Yeah. You know this ain't nothing without our guy.
Ball suckers. Oh man, we are in the building. Houston, we have a problem.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say it again. If these guys can stay healthy, Houston, we have a problem. The Eastern Conference just got out of control. It's just got real. Let's get to it.
Man. You see the news. Paul Georgie himself has decided to leave the Clippers. Really, the Clippers denied him a trade to the I almost call them the Oakland Warriors, the Golden State Warriors. And then Paul George had something up his sleeve. He said, I'll take a 4-year deal worth 212 millones de dólares. Over 200 million canoodles. Paul George signs with the Philadelphia 76ers after a lot of back and forth in the media. You know how they do, try to make it sound like the media's out of their mind. Waging these guys, they keep feeding them wrong information, the right information. And boy, oh boy, the East ain't weak no more. The West ain't the best no more. Oh,
Wow.
boy, you already sound
That's
worried,
a
man.
fact. Listen. Wow. Paul George to the 7. Wow, they re-signed Oubre. Listen, I'm being honest. They give a guy that's 34 years old, 50+ million a year. Listen, this means Philly right now was saying it's now or never. So the East better be on point. Listen, this team is a nightmare matchup for the Boston Celtics, for everybody except our Knicks. Now, we have to keep Mitch, and we have to get a big man. With Drummond signing over there now, these guys are big. Pause. Listen, they athletic, they long. Remember, Oubre is tall. Paul George 6'8", Embiid, Drummond 2 7-footers. Tobias Harris is, depending on what happens with him, he's 6'7", 6'8". Listen, man, the East, we have a problem.
Wow. You fear them that much?
Nah, it's not that I fear him. It's just like we got to be realistic. They just added one of the best two-way, if he could stay healthy, one of the best two-way players in the game. Offensively, it's like his skill set is, he's like a 6'8" Kyrie Irving when he's on the floor. So, yeah, man, I fear them more than I fear Boston or Milwaukee. Look at the problems Philly gave us in the playoffs with a hobble Embiid, even though, our guy Randall was hurt and Mitch was a hobble. But look what they did. It ain't like they traded for him. He signed. They didn't lose anything. Nah, this is scary. This is scary. Yeah, I'm a little nervous as a Knicks fan. That's a fact. We need to sign Hartenstein. Hartenstein need to come back home. Yeah, this is scary, Faye. Sorry. Yo. Yo. There ain't no technical difficulties. Yo.
Nope.
Yeah, everything
Or
all
not.
right?
Yeah. No, I lost. The AI lost connection. We back in the mix though. He said Fabe on mute. Listen, man, the AI Fabe is back in the building. I left you off when you saying two-way player Paul George. I
Name your
forgot about the
name,
Andre Drummond signing.
name your top 5 right now, two-way players in the NBA, fully healthy.
Oh man, OG, Mikal Bridges,
Mikal Bridges not
Dante
better.
DiVincenzo.
No, we not doing that. Come on, man. Come on.
There's
Mikal Bridges is not a better two-way player than Paul George.
He's a better defender than Paul George right now. I'd rather have him guarding Paul George. I'm more. Philly should be more scared of Mikal Bridges covering him, Paul George, than Paul George guarding any one of our guys. I don't see that being a problem. You know what I'm saying? So offensively, I think I could point to his flaws where Paul George is not a great passer. Shout out to all over 200 people in the building. Let's go. But I'm not
Talk about.
I'm not scared of I wasn't scared of the move to you. Reminded me of the Drummond thing. And again, you're relying on a 35-year-old Paul George. Like we just saw Kyrie in his early 30s. He lost a step. He may have lost a step a couple years ago, the way Boston is handling him. And Paul George, he's always lost a step. He's always scared in the playoffs, or he hasn't been a big time performer in the playoffs. All that podcast P business. Oh, I love it now. He's another. You know what? He's getting a huge pass. Who was the player that you always mention? Like it's Kevin Durant or somebody else that they don't catch as much heat as LeBron did. And Kevin Durant did catch heat for joining the Golden State Warriors. But Paul George, I mean, the Clippers fan, Dom went in on him last night. Shout out to Dom Dropper. Oh my God, he's going through what the Knicks have gone through our whole lives, basically. And he's seeing the difference between, all right, you get Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, but if your success relies upon two guys, that's not a great deal. And remember, with the Clippers, they traded away SGA. SGA got to play with Chris Paul for a year, and we'll get to that in a second. But they have a young buckaroo over there in Tyrese Maxey, so that's big time. But they have to gel together. And then we saw last season, I was saying, beginning of the season, last year, the scariest teams, the Nuggets, Celtics, at a certain point for me was the Mavericks.
It was all the teams that was healthy.
Well, I'm saying when they were healthy, all those guys were scary in the regular season, and the 76ers were up there. Now, what I will point to piggyback on what you're saying, if Nick Nurse is there and changes up Paul George's style a little bit, that's going to be scary because he's a big reason why Embiid went to the top of the key and started operating from there more often. So he can get Paul George to do different things possibly, especially stop holding on to the ball and give the ball up quicker because Paul George passing is kind of awful.
But hold on. See, this is where I disagree with you at. So before Embiid got hurt, the 76ers was looking like one of the best teams in the NBA and title contenders. True or false?
76, yeah.
Right, hold on. Bruh. They just upgraded from Tobias Harris to Paul George. They were title contenders with Tobias Harris before the injury of Embiid.
Yeah.
But they upgraded with Paul George. So to say they're not listen, I think they right now the third best team in the East. I got Boston 1, I got our Knicks 2, I got Philly 3. I think this move, I would have rather him in Orlando. I think that would have been better with him and Ben Caro, because that to me could have mirrored or mimicked like a Tatum and Brown duo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think this here is dangerous because once again, Philly is letting the league know we going all in. We won a championship. So for me, like I said, Paul George, you're right, he doesn't get flack. I think him and Draymond Green at this point cares more about their podcast than basketball. So that's where I think the Paul George thing is where I see you like, I ain't paying it no mind. But let's not act like Paul George wasn't part of that Clippers team that made it to the conference finals for the first time in Clippers history. Paul George is still a legit star. And when he's healthy and playing at the top level, he's a top 10 talent in the NBA. You're adding that to Maxey and Joel Embiid with a Drummond, with the re-signing of Kelly Oubre, who I think is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. So for me, I think this move is major. They got a good head coach. And let's see if they're done. But this has to put the Eastern Conference on notice. We have another team that's going all in, just like our Knicks. Listen, we got to have our antennas up. This is a major problem for us. I'm sorry. And if we can't stay healthy, now we need everybody healthy. Everybody healthy, because this is a problem. Now we have to keep Randall. I'm sorry. Unless we trade Randall and getting a Cat or a Giannis or something crazy, bro, we have to keep Julius Randle and everybody has to stay healthy because this is scary, bro.
I agree, and it also puts more pressure on us to sign Hartenstein because you need offense. As much as, you know, the Embiid and Hartenstein, we've talked about it over and over again. Even against the Pacers, you brought that up and highlighted that. That's where you were even more disappointed with Hartenstein, because how didn't we get past them if they play zero defense and Hartenstein's supposed to be tough, but he's a weapon, and we have to be able to counter that Embiid move. I seen this against Philly last year. We played him solid. We shut down Maxey and Embiid. We shut down Embiid for a quarter. He was on half a leg, and I don't like the thing that scares me the most about the Knicks. I said it yesterday, the day before. What scares me the most will always be Tom Thibodeau. Always. You can't go in there with a plan A only. It has to be a plan A, B, C, and D, because Nick Nurse does that. He brought in that little Ratatouille looking dude off the bench, and I don't know where he hit threes. I forgot his name. He just got locked up. Whatever. But I'm not saying you're wrong, because you are shedding some light on the Drummond deal. Also, you're shedding some light on the fact that, damn, Nick Nurse got a lot of money over there. Nick Nurse and Daryl Morey and these guys, Elton Brand, as much as Paul George, he should catch more flack for being a flip-flopper. Talking this and talking that, promising championships. The way we gave Kyrie flack. Paul George was talking, I'm gonna bring the goal is to bring a championship to the Clippers. It never felt that way. But he went with the guy Daryl Morey, who is a liar, quoting James Harden, who re-signed with the Clippers, who, by the way, we gave him flack because, you know, you were big on him, and now you see why. He blows up every team he's on.
Well,
every single super team.
I think Paul George went for the money. Listen, I don't think no other team was giving him that. I'm sorry.
Hold on. He went for the money, but I got to give him some credit here. This ain't just money. You were trying to go to Golden State, and you went to Philly. These are championship expectations. You ain't go to Orlando where if you don't win a chip, they'll cut you some slack for that. Nah, to your point, Paul George, he went for the money, yes, but he also, that's a championship expectation. You said it yourself. You expect it's championship or bust next year, right?
Of
for
course.
the Sixers.
Listen, now it's championship or bust for a lot of teams. So this season is going to be very interesting. But think about Philadelphia now has 3 legit guys that you can put the ball in their hands and say, go get me a bucket. A lot of teams don't have 3 players that you can legit put the ball in their hands and say, go get me a bucket. They may have 2. Some may have 1.5. They got 3 legit guys that can be all-stars, that can be all-NBA, and that can be superstars. So listen, man, this move is, you know, I was saying Orlando, but this move, you know, if Embiid could be healthy, and like I said, Maxey could step in and turn his game up another notch, and like I said, they're not done. Listen, man, I'm a diehard Knicks fan, but this is Knicks Rehab. This is AllBall TV where we got to keep it real. This is scary. This is scary. I'm sorry. They got a championship head coach. They got a former MVP. They got one of the best up-and-coming stars in the NBA. They got one of the best bench guys. Like I said, I like Kelly Oubre. He can knock down a 3. He played defense. He's tough. He can get to the basket. He's strong. Like, listen, man, then they just added another one of the best rebounders in the game. Listen, man.
Yeah, of all time.
Yeah, exactly. So, listen, this is Philly and them guys, Elton Brand and Morey, and nursing them saying, no. We're winning the championship. And let's not think this was an offset by what our Knicks did.
Right.
Listen, this. Oh man, we got basketball now. This season coming up. Ain't no parity this season. This is going down
in the East. I'm with you now. Boston's number 1 out of respect. The Knicks are number 2, and Philly got to be number 3. And if we were talking about who has had the best off season so far, it got to be Knicks number 1. And now Philadelphia's number 2 because the Drummond and George pick up to what you saying. That's great. But I definitely want to double down on the championship coach. Nick Nurse helped Embiid. They look like a championship team because he helped Embiid realize you got to be at the top of the key. This is where the game is at now. And even if the game was where it was back in the day, Embiid would have suffered because that double being in the post, it tires him. And who knows? That's the key for me is Nick Nurse helping Paul George see the light, helping him adjust. Because let's think about this also. If we're gonna point to the good about this right now, when has Paul George? Because you're always skeptical about Ty Lue. Well, when has and he's a champion, but has Paul George had a great coach like that? That's won a championship with a team for a little while and has turned the team around like Nick Nurse has twice now. This is Nick Nurse involved in this, and I don't know if he's really had a cast like this along with the front office and the head coach, where it's like, no, this is good. We're heading towards this. You don't have you have another superstar who's injury prone again, super duper star MVP candidate. He's a two-way player that's better than Paul George, by the way. Embiid. I get all of that, but
hold. I can't let you just gloss over that. Embiid is not a great defender, so I'm not gonna say he's a better two-way player than Paul George. Like, all right, offensively, but I'm not. Embiid is not no great defender. I'm sorry, I'm not going with that. I don't even know if it's a real great big man that's a great defender right now at this point. Probably besides Anthony Davis. Rudy Gobert, his stocks went down so much it don't even make no sense.
Right.
So I can't, I don't want to harp on that, but I just want to tell you, I totally disagree with that. I still think, like I said, if Paul George is healthy and he comes with the mindset of wanting to win a championship, he's one of the better wing defenders. He's up there with. He's probably maybe a notch below OG and them type of guys. But on any given night, he can be right there if he locks in. So I definitely disagree with that. I don't think there's 10 great defenders in the league today.
I think they're all, and it's harder to decipher them. And they're all in the top 10 All NBA. Wemby, who was the top 5? But
you got
Anthony
Wemby,
Davis, Wemby. They had Gobert in there, but we think he's
but he got 4, so we'll put him up there. To me, that's it. Then you got guys that's great help defenders and things like that. Guys like Jared Allen and Claxton and them, like, it's certain big men that they definitely get defend on, when they helping out. But I'm just saying, as far as like, how Anthony Davis can change the game defensively, it ain't 5 to 10 guys that can do that in the NBA at that position. I'm sorry.
Right. And Derek White and Drew Holiday are top tier, and Paul George used to be that. Exactly. He used to be on that tier.
Yeah. Like
he's lost a leg.
Dikembe Mutombo changed the game on the defensive end with block shots.
Right.
So, and I don't want to compare them guys to him, but I'm just saying, like, there's nobody even close to that. Maybe, like I said, when Anthony Davis is locked in, I'm being honest, he's redirecting shots, he's blocking shots, but Embiid is nowhere near none of that. Sorry.
Shout out to all 400 people joining us from the Twitter sphere, YouTube sphere, all the above. Love y'all. AllBall TV, Knicks Rehab. I see some of y'all comments talking about, you think Mikal Bridges will bring you a championship? Please. Sixers ain't done signing players yet. Hey, Kurt Pratt.
Hold on, let me respond to that. It's not will Mikal Bridges bring us a championship. He's a piece to go forward to get the championship. So it ain't Mikal Bridges bringing the Knicks a championship. It's going to be Jalen Brunson that's going to lead the ship. Mikal Bridges is just a guy that we needed. That's a perfect piece that's going to fit in perfectly. So, like that's what people need to stop doing. Stop trying to say, Mikal Bridges is the guy. That's go no. And that's how people hedge their bet. They try to be slick. Nah, don't hate on our Knicks. We made great moves. We was the winner of that NBA draft week. So stop it.
You can't be a Philly fan when the process is slow progress out there. No process in the process. And there's no progress in the process, brother. Jumping in the Knicks live like that. What's wrong with you? Y'all just got Paul George overnight. Get out of here, Kurt Pratt. And look, we'll post you up. We don't care. You be in the mix. Ain't no hate. We love this. We breathe this. But I'm not. At the end of the day, you got two superstars. Once again, two superstars. Paul George is one of them. Lined up with championship expectations. And they never make it in the playoffs when it matters most. Embiid and Paul George. It's not what they do. It's not in their resume. Got to keep it 1,000 with that. And that's not projection. That's what happens already. That's what I expect to happen again. Some injuries during the season. They're not going to have Paul George around. Is he really interested in winning? All them comments that he made, like, yo, they were making me, once we traded Batum and this other guy for James Harden, he was really destroying James Harden on the low. Once we got rid of Batum, they were the guys that would do all the dirty work. I had to go play point guard a little bit, this, that, and the third. He was complaining about what he had to do, and I guess he sees Tyrese Maxey over there, healthy, young stud. He feels like he doesn't have to do some of that labor. But I don't like that attitude, because there's going to be times where Maxey has to be on that bench, AllBall.
I disagree with you. I think Paul George got up out of there because his right-hand man, his partner, you don't know nothing with him. So Paul George just said, you're not going to leave me hanging. Y'all re-signed James Harden. Like, listen, I'm not giving James Harden no 2 years, $70 million at this point. And then with Kawhi Leonard, like I said, if I'm Paul George, I'm out of here too. Like, nah, Kawhi Leonard, we don't know nothing about nothing with him. And that's a superstar that flies under the radar. And I think I'm the only one that gives him flack. And big shout out to Don. What I've been saying, when it comes to Kawhi Leonard, he's overrated. Because, yeah, when he's healthy, he's top 5. But when is he healthy? And do we know when he's healthy? Like I said, that Toronto team, that was a good team. He ain't go to the Washington Wizards. He went to a #1 seeding team that was getting to the conference finals. And then when he went in San Antonio, he had Tim Duncan in them guys. Once again, Paul George looked at the situation. He assessed it and said, the guy I thought I was going to end my career with and we bring a championship to the Clippers, I don't know nothing about him. I don't even know when he's going to get back on the court. Nah, you ain't going to leave me here and have people kill me. Nah, so I disagree with you with that. I think Paul George did the right thing. Like I said, I would have rather Orlando, but this is just as dangerous. And to me, this segues perfectly right with our Knicks. Does this put pressure on us to do anything in our power to re-sign Hartenstein?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I like if we had an all-ball Olympics, AllBall's getting the gold medal with them hurdles, just leaping over some facts like that. Because you can say the same thing about Paul George with the All-NBA squad he had as teammates. But I digress. Isaiah Hartenstein, our brother from another apparently, because you know how he's in the mix. He's under pressure. Apparently, OKC. The representative of OKC, the Oklahoma City Thunder, went to visit him yesterday, the first day of free agency. By the way, sidebar, all this tampering talk and B tampering on live television, shout out to him.
Oh, yeah. Crazy.
Shout out to him for that sneaky Brooklyn Ninja move on live TV tampering with him. I love that. Because he didn't do what the Lakers did with that bum tampering. And B went out and got himself a superstar sidekick. Shout out to you for that. And that does put pressure on us and Hartenstein. Definitely does.
But you know what's crazy, just before I let you finish? I don't even believe in tampering because LeBron James tampers all the time and the guys don't go for it. So I think Paul George wanted to go to Philly. If he didn't want to go to Philly, he wouldn't be there. How many times LeBron James tampered and tried to get Kawhi and Paul George and Dame Lillard, and they didn't go there. So to be honest with me, I think you should let guys do whatever it is they want to do. Let the tamper, let it all go crazy. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much you tamper, if a guy don't want to go there, They ain't gonna go there. So, I think right now, Hartenstein, I think OKC is definitely going to super overpay for him because now you got to look at the Clippers just got weak. Dallas, I'm being honest, just got weaker. I think OKC see an opening. I think Hartenstein would be a perfect fit for them, but we got to find a way to re-sign him. I don't know how we're going to do it, how we move some things around and drop some players and cut some. I don't know what we got to do, but now I wasn't like this last week. But now that Paul George went to Philly, we have to re-sign Hartenstein. What is your thoughts on that? Am I panicking?
I mean, we're panicking for a reason. Come on, man. Like, this is, as much as we wanted to re-sign OG, for us, it doesn't feel exactly the same, but we love our heart. We know what he brings to the table for us. We know what he brings for us offensively. We have a chemistry. We know what we have to. We saw the ultimate vision, the picture with our team healthy in January. Hartenstein was a part of that. Whether it's Mitchell Robinson in the lineup or him, they could switch. It's definitely worrisome, man. It's definitely worrisome. I like what John Smith said. OKC flew back without a promise from iHeart. So that's a great sign.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to, because come on, man. We're all human beings. A lot of us are men on this channel. We're known for being providers. I don't want to go through the whole spiel, but he's married, has children, has a kid now. Congrats to him and his family. How can you possibly turn down millions of dollars just because we're a crazy fan base and we want to push you up there? And it's not just about winning over the money either. Like, that's easier said than done. We're putting pressure on you, iHeart. He feels it because you're gonna make millions regardless. You're gonna make millions regardless. But you're sitting there trying to put yourself in iHeart shoes. Can you turn down that money? You know what I'm saying? So that we all feel that. There's definitely pressure on this, especially with all of the other options on the table signing elsewhere. That's another deal where it's like, if we lose iHeart, what is the option? Now, Leon Rose and these guys been doing a masterful job, but it's still, even if you get somebody else, it's just like Paul George and Philly. He got to adjust. These guys got to all make adjustments, so nothing is promised. We saw what we can do. We saw our team. If you get somebody else, there's no guarantee you might not start anything, might not ruffle any feathers and ruin that championship chemistry that we witnessed and that we feel in our veins. So, hell yeah, I'm worried, man. We all want iHeart here. I don't know. Certain Knicks fans don't want him here because of what you said against Indiana and against Embiid sometimes. But that's our option. We want that guy. He didn't even score 10 points a game. He had his best season last year with us. Again, another player under Thibodeau that thrived, overachieved. Nobody expected that from him. None of us. Nobody. And we can say that about every single player on this team. All of them. From Brunson to Randall to Hart, DiVincenzo, everybody. Mitchell Robinson. Nobody was expected to be as good as they were. And this team was put together, and now we have iHeart saying that can legitimately make that $90 million, and we go, damn, I'm mad, but I'm more sad than I am mad if you break out.
Yeah, but hopefully, if that 90 can turn into 82, 83, and he understand the bigger picture, because you're not winning the title in OKC. I'm sorry. Let's be realistic. OKC is not winning no championship. But just
wait a minute now. OKC's in the mix, boy. They added Caruso. Come on now. Hartenstein. See, I don't like that report either, where they're saying he's not going to play much. He won't play down the stretch. Bro, that kid, SGA, what they did last year, they got exposed, the big man down low. But now their front, that perimeter defense that they have, adding Hartenstein is another option for them. I think they're a championship contender. With or without Hartenstein. They beat a lot of teams out there.
How are they championship contenders? They got smoked in the second round.
By, who was it, Dallas?
I don't care who it was. They not bet. Listen, you got Dallas. Look what the Lakers is doing. Like I said, the Clippers is out the picture. You still got Minnesota. The Joker and Jamal Murray still over there, even though they lose a lot. Let's see what they do. Nah, then you got John Moran coming back with the Memphis Grizzlies. So I'm not saying these teams are that much better or better than OKC, but there's no way in the world OKC is a title contender. It's no way in the world. I'm not going for that. I'm not. Nah.
So if we're ranking them.
I don't think Hartenstein makes them championship contention.
Hopefully, he feels that way. If we're ranking them, Boston is number one. Who's the second best team in the league right now?
Who you got at number one? You got to have Dallas because they just came from the chip, right?
We got Celtics number one, and I disagree with you. The Najee kid that they got from the Pelicans, he's a 3-point shooter that they got because the other guy, Derrick Jones, just signed with the Clippers. Right, Derrick Jones Jr. just signed with the Clippers. Now they got a Najee kid. He shot 38% from three last year. Remember, they were missing another guy to shoot threes.
Let me tell you something. OKC better hope they don't run into a healthy Pelicans with DeJounte Murray down there. Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, Zion. Like, listen, man, I'm being honest. I'm not sold on OKC like everybody else. I'm just not. Just not. Some good young players, but I'm not putting them over certain teams with vets that's been there. I'm sorry. And then the way they lost in the second round, I'm not. They ain't no title contenders. And to me, with Hartenstein, that doesn't make them title contenders. Like I said, Hartenstein with OKC and Hartenstein with the Knicks, who has more of a chance to win a championship?
And the chemistry we got, yeah. Especially, we have an easier path in the East than OKC does, out West. That's another great point. Because you just brought up the Pelicans. Healthy? I'm trying to look at their salary cap. What did they trade Brandon Ingram? They brought in DeJounte Murray. Dog. And they got rid of Hawkins in the trade for DeJounte Murray. They still got Trey Murphy. They got a team out there in New Orleans, bro. Are they another sneaky team that can offer something to Isaiah Hartenstein? Because remember, the Valanciunas just signed with the Wizards. You talk about go get in the bag. He don't care nothing about New Orleans. He said, give me them 3 years, $30 million.
That's a fact. Yeah. But, like I said, I just think Hartenstein, made his name here. And we was 100% part of that. And like I said, I just think, if we could find some ways to where he take a minor pay cut, like I said, it's like, okay, instead of you getting 90, like I said, what if we could get it to 82, 83? And we found ways to move some things around. Like I said, you're going to be a Knick for life. So, we got to figure that out. But, I can't knock him for going for the money. But, I'm not sold on OKC. OKC right now is just, they got a little taste, of some success. So, they going to overpay and go overboard for guys. So, the Caruso thing was cute. I don't think it's a major, significant move for them, like how everybody's making it out to be. It's like I said, the West is tough. Let's see where Klay Thompson going to go. Like, it's the Clippers still going to make some moves. So, I think OKC is just going to stay in the middle of the pack. Like I said, until, some guys drop off or some injuries or something happen where they could find their way through, like, through a crack. But I'm not sold on OKC like everybody else. I'm sorry. If I'm Hartenstein, I'm not going to Oklahoma City for extra $6-7 million if the Knicks can, figure out a way to keep me. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
It's the guarantee money. I'm with you because the West is tougher. Denver, I think, is going to make more room. I know KCP signed with Orlando.
Yeah.
I think it was 3 years, $66 million. They have to, if apparently, what's his name? I forgot the center that stole. Shout out to him. Stole a big bag back in the day. He started this whole wave, damn near. He hit that lucky shot with the Mavericks against, I think, in Seattle in the playoffs. He's their general manager. Apparently, he has to trade. He can sign and trade KCP to Orlando, and it saves them some money. And who knows? Maybe that's an iHeart signing over there or whatever it is. There might be some options out there for iHeart that we don't even know about. A secret guy. Remember, Philly was in the running for it, and OKC is reportedly the team that's going to go after him. John Smith just said OKC told iHeart, we paying you 76 to 82 million for 4 years, and you're a backup. Chet is starting. I haven't read that, but I will go and validate that. Or AI Fabian will do that. And I'm with you, AllBall. I feel you with that. We were talking about beef stew, Isaiah Stewart, before you get going. Isaiah Stewart may be trying to trade for him. The kid that I think that could scare me if he signs to the Pacers, if he signs with anybody, maybe even New Orleans or whoever else, is that kid being a free agent with the Pacers, Jalen Smith. He's a power forward. He shot better from three last year. I don't know if he would cost 16 million a year. I know he made 8 million last year. Do you think he's a good fit with the Knicks? Since we're looking for replacements, if we're looking past iHeart now.
Yeah, I mean, how tall is he again?
He's 6'8", 6'9".
I mean, I would love to have him, on the team, but to think he's going to replace Ahart, like I said, man, we need some big bodies, man. We need some big bodies. Think about it. We really, we lose Hartenstein. We only got 1 7-footer. Everybody else is 6'9" and is smaller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in the tip system.
Exactly. So that's why, I would love that young man from Indiana, but not to replace. I don't think he's replacing Hartenstein. Nah, that's why, guys like Wiseman, I wish we'd tried to get Plumlee. We need some 6'10", 6'11" guys that can, bang down their poles, get some rebounds, block some shots, affect the game, defensively. Because, listen, man, what happens when we run back into Orlando, Indiana, or Philly? Come on, man, them teams is long and strong and big and tough. We ain't gonna get it with a whole bunch of 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" guys. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the young man is tough. I would love him on the team, but not to replace Hartenstein. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because Drummond is gone. A lot of our guys are gone, everyone's saying, too, man. We're just trying to think of... Yeah. Actually, Jalen Smith is 6'10".
Oh, see, now that makes a difference.
It does, but not even a blocker game. 5.5 rebounds, 1.8 offensive rebounds. That should go up with us. So he's not really a big man. He's more of but he played. He was. I mean, they were going. They had something to prove with the Pacers against us, and they were on fire with us in Boston, exposed them. But I know Bitsotti from Orlando. Their backup center and part-time starter. He's been rumored to be a backup for the Knicks. Valanciunas just signed with the Wizards. He was another all guy that was rumored.
Yeah,
you just got to figure this out.
I ain't want Valanciunas anyway. Keep him. Valanciunas is super soft. He just want the bag. He ain't worried about nothing else. Nah. Like I said, man, we got to find a way to re-sign Hartenstein, man. Or, like you said, we talked the other day. You got guys like Wiseman out there, all these other guys. But, I think we need some more big bodies. We got enough guys between the sizes of 6 feet and about 6'9". Nah, we need some big dogs. We need some. Remember, man, Paul George 6'8". Drummond 7 feet. Embiid 7 feet. Oubre 6'6", 6'7". Tobias Harris 6'8". Depending on if he stays, you know what I'm saying? Then look at the lineup Milwaukee could put out there. Look at the lineup Boston could put out there. Look at the lineup that Indiana could put out there. They got some tough little guards, but still, Halliburton 6'6", turning them guys. You get what I'm saying? OB, and then you've been saying this forever. The bad matchup that we duck is Orlando Magic. Now with the signing of KCP and them big bodies they got over there, so listen, man. We got to figure out a way to resign this guy. So at least we got 2, solid 7-footers on the team to give us some size.
Well, before I let AllBall go, AllBall, I don't know anybody that champions Klay Thompson like AllBall. He has reportedly, and it might be actually it's confirmed, has had enough with Golden State and their shenanigans. He feels disrespected. What do you feel about what happened with Klay Thompson and the Golden Run being done?
Now, and you can attest to this. Ain't nobody a bigger Klay Thompson fan than me. I'm always protecting this guy. He gets disrespected to the point that it's out of control. Golden State Warriors is dead wrong. Dead wrong. All I did for y'all, I had one, maybe two bad seasons. Let's not forget, you know, I had season-ending surgery that I fought back from. When we talk about guys that, you know, they should retire from their teams, Klay Thompson's supposed to retire a Golden State Warrior. What is it with Golden State that y'all show Draymond all this love, but not Klay Thompson? When the last time Draymond had a good year? When the last time Draymond was a great defender, was Defensive Player of the Year candidate? When the last time Draymond Green averaged double digits? 10, 11, 12. When the last time Draymond Green averaged double digits in anything? Anything. So, listen, I don't know what's going on with Golden State, but they are playing a dangerous game. And I pray Klay Thompson goes somewhere and win a championship, because what they're doing to him is dead wrong. I don't know what's going on, but it's wrong. It's wrong. You do not do that to someone that helped build that whole organization. If we do the slices of pie, and you say, okay, you got four slices. Klay Thompson is one of them slices, just as well as Steph Curry and Draymond Green. Let me say that again. He's just as important as Steph Curry. Yeah, Curry is the better player. Yeah, Curry is one of the greatest point guards and the greatest shooter. Okay. But without Klay Thompson, Curry doesn't even make the playoffs. And it's probably like that vice versa. But Golden State is dead wrong. And I've been a Golden State fan a long time, even though I'm a diehard Knicks fan, because I just like how the organization was run. But now, I hope listen, man, I hope it crumbles. And now we're going to see how great Steph Curry really is. For one, y'all tried to get LeBron James, your arch nemesis, behind Klay Thompson back. And Klay Thompson was in that trade. And then let's not forget when Draymond Green said on national live, podcast, TV, whatever it was, social media, oh, Kuminga ain't going nowhere. Out of all the guys that could be traded, Kuminga's the one that's bulletproof. Listen, man, my opinion, the demise of Golden State Warriors, his name is Draymond Green. That man is a disaster. And once again, Golden State, what has Draymond Green did so great these last couple years that he's getting the red carpet treatment and Klay Thompson's getting treated like he's nothing? Listen, man, I don't even know what to say. I just hope he go. I don't want him going to the Lakers. Please don't go to the Lakers. Wow. I want him to go somewhere where he can actually win. I told you, and we said it before everybody thought about it. I like him in Orlando. Veteran leadership, a shooter. Them guys are going to be over there. They could protect him where he ain't got to do much but score, but knock down shots. There are probably some other places, but yeah, Golden State Warriors is wrong, man. They're dead wrong because, you know, look what they let Draymond Green do, man. Ran off Kevin Durant, ran off Jordan Poole. Just a maniac. And then, like I said, look at Wiggins now. Fabian, who's the first to say they should have traded Wiggins right after the finals?
Yeah.
People thought I was crazy. So for me, why is all this emphasis on Klay Thompson? How great has Paul George been lately? The way he's at that age getting 50 a year. I'm not saying Klay should get 50 a year, but he's a champion. He's probably top 5 greatest shooters of all time. Whether you got him 2, 3, 4, 5. Curry, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, he's in that conversation. You telling me he can't help a team? He don't deserve some good money? Okay, maybe not the max, but he don't deserve 30 a year, 35 a year? Nah, Golden State is out their mind. Out their mind. And if I'm a superstar, I don't want to go over there. I see how y'all treat Klay. Oh, I'm straight. I'm straight. Yeah, so Golden State Warriors is dead wrong. Dead wrong.
Real quick, since you don't like him with the Lakers, how would you like him with with Dallas. Oh, there you go. Chill Will in the building. AllBall TV family. We on the same page. You moving like us, man. You moving like you got Professor X powers like us. How would you feel about Klay Thompson on Dallas?
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like that. Luka and Kyrie is balls. They don't pass the ball. I don't know. I really got to think about where I would love Klay to be. Like I said, I like Orlando. I say get him in the East. Get him out the West. Get him in the East. I would love to see him in Orlando. I would love to see him with our Knicks, if you want me to be honest with you. But Dallas, Dallas is cool. I'm just not, Dallas turned me off in the finals. I'm being honest. Dallas turned me off in the finals. They need a lot of help. And I don't think Klay Thompson is the help they need. Because even when they get Klay Thompson, they still gonna need a lot of help. They got two guys that don't play no defense at all. Then you get Klay on the decline. So would you expect him to guard guys? Nah, I don't like Dallas. I don't like Dallas. I like Orlando. And like I said, I'd rather him somewhere in the East. Get a fresh, fresh out the West, where you ain't got to, be seeing guys and all that. And I like him in Orlando. I'm staying with Orlando. Them guys is young, and they get some leadership, some championship pedigree over there, and a knockdown shooter. They're gonna be dangerous. Yeah, I don't want to help no more teams in the West. They get all the help in the world. Let's build the East up, since they keep saying the East is weak.
I've been focusing too much attention on some of these bum GMs, and I haven't even mentioned Mike Dunleavy Jr. Your pops was a bum coach. I always hated him. You were another one of these Kyle Korver types, supposed to be a great shooter, really wasn't when it mattered most. And as a general manager, you are horrible. You are horrible. You guys keep letting Draymond run amok and ruin the Warriors.
Hold on. You know what I would do if I'm Klay Thompson? You ready for this?
Uh-oh.
You ready for this? Hey, Kevin Durant, let's me and you go somewhere. Kevin Durant, are you staying in Phoenix? I'll come over there. Yeah. Me and you was great together. You remember? Come on, man.
Phoenix is tough because a lot of people forget. We highlighted Grant Hill. Grant Hill, people forget he helped make Coach K. Coach K helped him out, but he helped turn Duke into a brand name in the 90s. Duke wasn't nothing in the 80s. It was the Big East. Grant Hill, Christian Laettner and them boys made him something else. Grant Hill's the guy that made everybody realize when his career, he got all these injuries, he went to Phoenix. That's the reason why Shaq went over there. Steve Nash, of course. Don't want to overlook Steve Nash. But Grant Hill, remember, to rehabilitate that way, go to Phoenix and just play an extra 10 years. If you're Klay Thompson, remember, you're repairing these injuries. Why not go to Phoenix? Something's in that water.
But also, I'm remember, if I'm Klay, I'm turning Darth Vader, bro. I don't even care about chips no more. All I care about is every time I play Golden State, I want to wash them. And then, remember, you got Kevin Durant. Another guy with Golden State did dirty by allowing Draymond Green to do that. Yeah. Klay, go team up with KD and make sure Golden State don't never get another championship ever in their life. Make sure every time you play them in the regular season, you smoke them. Make sure when you run into them in the playoffs, you smoke them. Because now we're going to see what Steph Curry is all about. That's the part people is not realizing. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Nah, there might be a little bit too much. They might have tainted that water in Phoenix over there, a little too much loser juice. Your man, Kevin Durant, might be a front runner. And what's the point guard's name again? Shooting guard? How am I forgetting his name?
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker, the king of front runners. I don't know if he wants to play alongside that guy. Yeah, he kind of hates Devin Booker.
Listen, they could be front runners all they want, but just imagine the first round, you got Phoenix against Golden State, and you got on Phoenix Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. That's a storyline for your ass.
Yeah.
That's all
it's looking like. Yeah, it's looking like the Lakers, though. It's looking like the Lakers because remember his pops, Michael Thompson, played for the Lakers. He's an LA guy. He loves LA. And
they're gonna get him some money too.
Especially if LeBron takes less, like he supposedly saying. He doesn't. Bill Simmons made a great point. He doesn't run the Lakers, but go draft my son, go draft my podcast partner, go hire my podcast partner,
Of course.
and yeah, I'm gonna take less money if you get somebody else. But he doesn't run the Lakers.
Yeah, you know how much less he gonna take? Right, probably $1 million. He taking that crazy. Come on, man. Listen, man. Listen.
You mean the $1 million that his son's about to
Exactly.
make?
Listen, instead of giving me 50 for 1 year, I'll take 48 and a half, 49. Come on, man. We fooling over there. But like I said, I just want him to go somewhere, man. Like I said, where he's going to be happy and where he's going to get a chance to showcase his skill set and show that he still has it. I think with the Lakers, until LeBron goes, and this is no knock on him, I'm over the LeBron, trolling. But until he goes, it's always going to be all about him. And then now with his son and JJ Redick, I wouldn't want to be a part of that show. Because if that crumbles, Lord have mercy, I would not want to be a part of that. So I think Klay needs to get out the West unless I'm teaming up with Kevin Durant if he stays at Phoenix just to rival Golden State, just to, make them sick. But, yeah, just to answer your initial, I don't like what Golden State did. And, those owners that years ago was bragging about how they light years ahead of everybody, these last couple of years, y'all look like y'all behind everybody. And y'all let one guy run y'all organization. We say LeBron running the Lakers. Draymond Green is running Golden State.
To the ground.
To the ground.
Jesus Christ. That's just... Draymond's a man... Sorry about that. The AI got some background noise. Listen, man. We definitely don't want Draymond on the Knicks. I seen a comment with that. You out of your mind. It's never happening. Not on this side. Might burn his Knicks jersey. We don't want you over here, dog.
We don't even want Draymond Green on a G League Knicks team, let alone our Knicks team. Don't get out of here with that. Come on, man. These guys, listen, man. Get out of here, man.
Come on, man.
I don't even think the Liberty want Draymond Green. All ball suckers.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Real quick, yeah. Klay to the Pelicans will be crazy. Draymond getting bodied in the East. Definitely. Yo, salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all jumping in the chat.